Brakat Yahawashi, Brakat Yahawashi, Brakat Yahawashi, Brakat Yahawashi, Brakat Yahawashi, Brakat Yahawashi, Bahashim Yahawashi, Bahashim, Racha Kodash. The belongs to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone too well. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there. You Akim to Zadakim that do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. I'm the priest Shaman. This week's topic is going to be entitled "It's Going Through Yahawashi, Not the Law." Okay, what's going through Yahawashi? Salvation. You know, a lot of look. First and foremost, this lesson is to not make void the law. In fact, I'm going to open up with Romans, the 3rd chapter, the 31st verse, where it reads, "Do we then make void the law through faith?" Right. So, because we're saved right now through faith in Yahawashi. That's in the book of Romans, the 5th chapter, and the 1st verse. That's how we obtain our righteousness. That's how the just shall be saved. But does that mean that we just break the laws and do whatever the fuck we want to do? Because you know what? People in the Christian churches, so-called Christian churches, they have that sort of philosophy, right? That like, you could pretty much sin Mondays through Saturday, but as long as you go pay your tithes on a Sunday and sing some hymns and shit, then you'll be good. No, faith without works is dead, and the works are keeping the laws. So first and foremost, again, Romans 3:31, do we then make make void the law through faith? Most I forbid, right? Because the laws are going to always be around forever. See, the laws are a perfect, righteous thing, okay? The problem is, these vessels that we are in, they're imperfect, okay? Therefore, we will never be perfect in the law, because the scriptures tell you the creature was made subject unto vanity, meaning we're prone to go off as long as we're in this flesh, okay? So we'll never be perfect. Nobody is perfect. The scriptures tell us we all fall short. Yahawashi came, and when he was walking in the lifetime of Yahawashi, all right, because he's walked the earth before, but I'm talking about when he walked the earth as Yahawashi, okay, he was perfect, all right? That's how come he was a lamb without blemish. You see, he didn't sin. But we are prone to go off, man, and I know it beats us up. Trust me, it messes with all of us, and we're just trying our best. And Yahawashi knows that, and He has mercy on us because we're trying our best and showing our faith through doing the works, all right, putting together lessons and praying and all that to the Most High, and giving reverence and worship to His Son Yahawashi, and praying that we get delivered out this coming destruction, all right, and pardoned for our iniquities, and pardoned for our sins. It says the Most High forbid, yea, we establish the law, right? So we go into the laws, there's over 613 laws, and that's another thing too, man. There's so many laws, like, can't remember all of it, man. And it's impossible, literally impossible to keep every single law right now in this captivity that we're in, literally, okay? Because we don't know look, man, there's just so much laws that, from the mixed fabrics to the things that we're consuming, it goes on and on, that the only thing we could do is try to the best of our knowledge, all right, to keep the laws that we can. Hell, right now it's a Sabbath. I didn't go to the gym, but I gotta go to work. You see what I'm saying? What I'm gonna do, call out every new moon for that particular month, and it's just not gonna work, man, all right? And the scriptures tell us if you break one, you break them all. So this is how come I'm gonna read it. Genesis chapter 5 verse 11. It says, they that are delivered from the noise of archers, right? So the noise of the archers is talking about those that will be delivered from the missiles, okay? All right, an archer shoots what? Archer shoots arrows. So who's going to be what's the arrow? Who's going to be the archer? Those nuclear silos letting out those arrows, those missiles. It says, they that are delivered from the noise of the archers, the elect, in the place of drawing water. Now, drawing water means you're made subject onto slavery, pretty much, all right? You're a servant. Scriptures tell you Joshua, when he captured those Hamites, he made them hewers of wood and drawers of water, right? So they were subservient to him. And we became subservient to the so-called white man here in America. So that's what it's talking about. There shall they rehearse the righteous acts okay, of the Lord, all right? So we're rehearsing the righteous acts of the Lord. It's like any movie production or what have you. Before the final movie is put together, all right, they have rehearsals. They rehearse their lines, they rehearse whatever they got to do, and then they film and give out the final product. They even call something behind the scenes. But in the rehearsals, there's a bunch of fuck-ups, bro. There's a bunch of fuck-ups over, you know, because you're practicing. Well, guess what? That's what's happening now, right? We're rehearsing it, and we're practicing, you know, keeping the laws, you know, rehearsing the righteous acts. But there's going to come a lot of fuck-ups with that, you know, a lot of falls, steps and falls. We're going to really become correct when we get them new bodies, right? Those extraterrestrial bodies to keep the laws perfect. When the Lord change our mind and gives us a fleshly heart, all right? Right now we have a stony heart. Our heart is, you know, bound to the law, but a fleshly heart is a heart that will be involuntarily perfect. Okay, meaning you can't even go off even if you wanted to. Not that you're going to, but or even want to think that, but very similar to breathing. You know, if you try to hold your breath and kill yourself, you can't. Your body will involuntarily start breathing again. Okay. It says it says the righteous acts of the Lord, even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates. Okay, so that was that. Now what we're going to do is prove the point that Yahawashi himself was a fulfillment of the law. Okay, the books, the laws, the prophets, all right? So, again, Yahawashi coming, dying on that cross for the elect, for really all Israel, first and foremost, all the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. But with the first fruits of deliverance, that's going to be his elect. And though we're saved through faith in him, okay, Yahawashi is not anti the law, all right? He's not against the law, statutes, and commandments, okay? This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 17. It says, and this is Yahawashi, our Lord speaking, it says, think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill, right? So Yahawashi was a fulfillment, okay, of the laws, of the prophet. The volumes of the book was written about him. See? So we say what? We tell brothers, keep the laws. Brothers and sisters, keep the laws to the best of your ability. You don't have to be over righteous and doing things like constantly calling out of work on the Sabbath, because guess what? You're going to get let go at some point, because in this world, it's not, they don't care about the laws, statutes, and commandments, all right? They care about whatever they got to get through. So why would I hire somebody that, you know, is going to be out XYZ, can't work, when I could just get somebody that's not doing all that? You know what I'm saying? Again, as an example, you see? All right? Now, there's certain things we can keep, all right? Like keeping a fucking bacon, egg, and cheese out your mouth. See what I'm saying? Because what you had that dude that said he called himself David reincarnated, that's a lot. Yo, that pork-eating demon. And then they try to justify with Acts 10. Man, Jake is really rebellious. You know, they really love eating whatever the Lord say not to eat. Because guess what? And Priest Karab mentioned this, Captain Karab mentioned this years ago. If the Lord said don't eat chicken, all right, Jake wouldn't touch pork. Okay? It's always whatever the Lord say don't do, Jake want to do, because it's a rebellious and stiff-necked people. All right? That's just the nature of Israel. See? All right? So I'm going to start with Romans. I'm going to jump to the book of Romans, chapter 7, verse 1, and I'm going to read. It says, know ye not, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law, how that the law hath dominion over a man as long as he liveth. It says, for the woman which hath a husband is bound by the law to her husband so long as he liveth. But if the husband be dead, she is loose from the law of her husband, right? So in the ancient world, the only way I mean, they had a bill of divorce or whatever, but Yahawashi was saying, really, you ain't supposed to be doing that. But as long as that man is alive and they're married, that's his woman until death do them part, literally. You see? It's not like now where, you know, I'm not feeling you no more, we break up and now you fucking somebody else. That's all adultery. That's the society we living in. And again, that's why I would say, like, we keep it to the best of our ability, because what we say is, look, you know, if a chick got a man or talking to a man, whatever, all right, we're not going to deal with her. But even if we dealt with a chick that's so-called single, she wasn't a virgin, and the dude that popped is still walking this earth, technically it's still adultery. That's how come we're blessed to have Yahawashi go on that cross and redeem us, but we need him to come back so all this fuckery and madness could just be done away with, man. See what I'm saying? See what the scriptures are saying? Verse 3, it says, so then, if while her husband liveth, she be married to another man, she shall be called an adulteress. But if her husband be dead, she is free from the law, so that she is no adulteress, though she be married to another man. Right, so that's the only way a woman was free, if she became a widow. See? Verse 4, wherefore, my brethren, ye also are become dead to the law. See that? So we were once married to the law, okay? But now we're married to Yahawashi. It says, are become dead to the law by the body of Yahawashi, that ye should be married to another, even to him who is raised from the dead, that we should bring forth fruit unto the Most High. Right, so now salvation is through Yahawashi, okay? Being right with the Lord through faith, not the works of the law. And this is something we constantly, you know, teach. Because you got certain camps that'd be like, yeah, I keep, you got, well, Sakari said it, right? I keep every law, we keep every law, we keep all the laws. Come to find out, nigga, there's a Sakari list, and there's a bunch of freak nigga shit on there, man. So yeah, I ain't keeping all the laws. That's a very proud statement to say. I keep all the laws. No, we don't keep all the laws, man. We try our best to keep all the laws. Okay? To say you keep all the laws is a very disingenuous thing to say, because we know we can't. It says, and when I say keep all the laws, I mean, because I really got to specify. When I say keep all the laws, I mean you are executing every single law. Now, we do honor and practice all the laws that the Most High says in the scriptures that we can do to the best of our abilities. Okay? Gotta be careful with your words nowadays with the internet and shit. Anyways, verse 5, it says, for when we were in the flesh, the motions of sin which were by the law did work in our members to bring forth fruit unto death. Right, so when we was under subjection to the law, all it brought forth was death. Why is that? 1 John 3 and 4. You know, sin is a transgression of the law. And the scriptures tell us in the book of Romans, that's how we die. We commit sin. That's how come Adam fell. All that started when we begin to transgress. You see, so as long as there's sin in our bodies, we will die. That's how come in the kingdom we're going to live forever, because we won't sin. Verse 6, but now we are delivered from the law, that being dead wherein, Slakia, but now we are delivered from the law, that being dead wherein we were held, that we should serve in the newness of spirit, and not in the oldness of the letter. What shall we say then? Is the law sin? Most High forbid. Nay, I had not known sin, but by the law. For I had not known lust, except the law had said, thou shalt not covet. Right, this kind of goes back to the garden too. He says, I ain't know about none of that stuff till I know the law. That's what it talks about in the book of Genesis, when Adam and Eve were naked, meaning they were committing sin, all right, but they weren't privy to what exactly they were doing. Okay. Verse 8, don't mean it was physically naked. Verse 8, but sin taken occasion by the commandment wrought in me all manner of concupiscence. Concupiscence? I gotta look up that word. It means desire or craving. Okay. Concupiscence. So pretty much he's saying all manner of lust. For without the law, sin was dead. For I was alive without the law once, but when the commandment came, sin revived, and I died. And the commandment which was ordained to life, I found to be unto death. For sin, taking occasion by the commandment, deceived me, and by it slew me. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy and just and good. Yeah, so the laws are good and perfect. Was then that which is good made death unto me, most I forbid. But sin that it might appear sin, but sin that it might appear sin, working death in me. By that which is good, that sin by the commandment might become exceeding sinful. For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin. Right, so the laws are spiritual, but once we're in the flesh, we can't. It's prone to go off, bro, and it sucks. But all this that's going down now is prophecy. This is how come we praying for the Most High to come back, not just to destroy America. Hell yeah, we want that, and establish the kingdom, but to finally to serve the Lord perfectly, man. A lot of us are yearning for that, bro. Like, this Lord, I'm tired of fucking up, you know. I just want to be right for you. See what I'm saying? 100%. Like, from thought to shit you wish you could take back, all that type of stuff. You just want to be perfect unto them, and the Most High knows that. You see, now that's really how the elect is thinking, or hopeful elect is thinking. But these niggas out in the world ain't thinking like that, man. That's how come they gotta get judged. But when Jake come back, they're gonna be on point. It says, for that which I do, I allow not. It says, for that which I do, I allow not. For what I would, that do I not. But that I hate, that do I. Right? So that's the shit. Like, the shit you don't want to do, you don't want to go off, you fucking going off. You want to be perfect, but it's like you can't. Like, your spirit's like, man, I want to be perfect. I want to, but you just can't. And it's flesh. And that's the war and the duality of the Most High, putting everything at odds with each other. It says, if then I do that which I would not, I consent unto the law that is good. Now then it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. Right? So sin dwells in all of us as long as we're in this flesh. It says, for I know that in me that is in my flesh dwelleth no good thing. For to will is present with me, but how to perform that which is good I find not. Right? So he wants, again, same thing. He's uttering, like, I want to do it, but the fucking flesh be coming in the way. It says, for the good that I would do not, but the evil which I would not, that I do. So Apostle Paul is, this is very humble and straightforward. Like, yo, look, man, trust me, brother, we all want to be perfect, but I'm going off even when, you don't want to. It's not like, yo, we wake up like, yo, Lord, I just want to sin and do it. Nah, bro, it's bullshit. Even things that's out your control. Sometimes you sin unknowingly. In other words, you're not trying to do it, You might have forgot it was a Sabbath. You might have something, and you fuck up, and it still messes you up the same way. It says, now if I do that, I will. And you know what too? This was written in a time when we had our own. We were living in the land of Israel, okay, and we weren't in captivity, and we still couldn't keep it perfect. So how much more so in a land that is literally breaking every single law, statute, and commandment, man. And we're not the rulers. It says, now, if I do that I would not, it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. Verse 21. I find then a law, that when I would do good, evil is present with me. Right. Oh my goodness, man. The scriptures hit home. So when you're trying to be perfect, you're trying your best. Guess what? The flesh is still there trying to make you go off. It says, for I delight in the law of the Most High after the inward man, which is the spirit. But I see another law in my members, warring against the law of my mind. Yo, so your thoughts, you know what I'm saying? You always have, you know, like in the cartoons, how you have the angel on the right and the devilish you on the left. That'd be real, bro. That'd be real. Like, you know, your first thought is to do the right thing, and then there's another thought that's trying to tell you otherwise and shit. And they gotta fight it out. You gotta fight it. You gotta pray to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So it says, reading on, it says, but I see another law in my now the Apostle Paul is about to curse himself out. But let me read 23 again when I get to that part. But I see another law in my members, warring against the law of my mind, and bringing me into captivity to the law of sin, which is in my members. In other words, pretty much what the lesson is going into. Like, you're fighting to do right and be perfect, but you just can't ultimately win that war. You can win parts of the battle, lose parts of the battle, but we can't win that war against the flesh ultimately in this body until we get those new bodies. Okay, we're gonna win that war. It says 24, O wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from the body of this death? I thank the Most High through Yahawashi, Mashiach, our Lord. So then, with the mind, I myself serve the law of the Most High, but with the flesh, the law of sin. Right. So again, through water Yahawashi, okay, for sending your only begotten Son, that through Him we're not dead, bro. Okay. We have hope. We have change. That's how, man. This is how come we have to worship Yahawashi, man. He's such an important, second most important spirit ever. So, as the title says, bro, it's through Yahawashi, not the law. We're going through Yahawashi, not the law. The laws of blessed and spiritual and righteous thing, but we're going through Yahawashi. With that, I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahawashi, Ba'ashim Rakar Kodash. That belongs to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone True Well. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there, you Akim, to Sadakim, that do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. Shalom.